Boys and girls, this is the exact path to getting you to $10,000 per month online, and this is the exact path I would take if I had to start from zero again. Now, why am I qualified to talk about this topic? Well, I've walked this exact path. Okay, I started at zero a couple of years ago. I've now made $10,000 per month online. To be transparent, last month I dropped off because I changed offer. This month here, I'm already on track to do another 10K. Okay, so I've done 10K before, I dropped it, and then I'm back on track to do 10K. So I think I'm pretty qualified to talk about this topic. Step number one that I would take, and I recommend you take, get a normal job. Okay, yes, you're going to make $10,000 a month online, but you need to start with a normal job. I know there is a stigma behind getting a job, and it's broken, wagey, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I think it's fucking common sense. Okay, you can turn up somewhere, complete very simple tasks and get paid a wage and know how much money is coming in at the end of every single week. Do this, get 5 days a week of work, 6 days a week of work, as many days a week of work as you really can. When I was working a normal job, I was working 5 days a week at one job, then 4 days a week at another job, and then 2 days a week at another job. So if you do the maths, yes, I was doing sometimes multiple jobs in one day. That's because of my hunger and my desire to actually create the life I wanted to create. But yeah, I recommend getting a normal job, getting a couple normal jobs, do bar work on the weekend, do a normal job on the week. And then the reason why is in step 2. Okay, so in step 2, what I recommend, whilst you are working these jobs, do not be financially illiterate and a fucking idiot who goes and gets car loans, gets a mortgage, spends all their money. Okay, if you get a normal job and you do those things in step 2, you will fucking stay in step 1. Okay, what you need to do in step 2 is learn financial literacy. Whilst you're working, if you were able to do what I did where I had earphones in whilst I was on a shovel, listen to podcasts on financial literacy, how to manage money, how to invest, real estate investing, crypto, business, etc. On your way to work, on your way home from work, listen to podcasts on the exact same topics like I did. On your lunch breaks and your smoko breaks, or whatever you want to call your breaks at work, get a book and read 20, 30 pages a day, exactly like I did. I wasn't talking to my coworkers, I was sitting there reading. If you did step 1 correctly and you have an income of $1,200 to $1,500 to $1,800 a week coming in like I had at that point in time, and you're working your ass off, and you're learning financial literacy, how to manage your money, how to allocate money to expenses, how to minimize your expenses whilst you're working a job, and you are growing this nest egg here of savings, you can then transition out of step 1 with this nest egg, which takes us to step number 3. Get a nest egg to buy yourself 6 months of time. I recommend 6 months of time. So if you work out your weekly expenses, okay, or your monthly expenses, because you've learned financial literacy, you would know how much money you need to survive 6 months. What I recommend is get a savings basket of 6 months of expenses. In my scenario, 6 months was enough. Maybe you want 12 months, I don't know, but 6 months I think is fair enough. This 6 months of expenses is your time to transition. So you do it without risk. You don't need to work your 9-to-5 job or your part-time jobs or do any of that, okay, because you have 6 months of expenses. You know for 6 months you have time to make this work. And the worst that happens is you run out of time and you go back to this here and then you save up and try again. Now, within this 6 months, okay, step number 4, you need to find an online business model that you want to pursue. I recommend remote sales. The reason I recommend remote sales is because I tried building an agency and I've done remote sales as well. Out of the two of them, remote sales is a lot, I'm going to say easier. It's not easy, by the way. It's all fucking hard, but remote sales is easier because you only need to learn sales and how to actually find offers, vet offers, network, etc. There's only a few skill sets you need, and sales is the main one, which then helps in business anyway. If you want to build an agency or e-commerce store or a coaching business, you need to learn marketing, sales, fulfillment, product, systems, operations, cash, fucking everything, okay? I recommend remote sales, but choose one business model. I don't give a fuck what it is. I recommend remote sales, but do what you want. Once you've found that one that you think suits you. Step number 5 is invest into a mentor, okay? Do not be egotistical like I was at the start, or do not be scarce with your money like I was at the start and was thinking I could do this just off fucking YouTube education. Okay, yes, you can do it off YouTube education, but it's going to take you a fucking long time, okay? So invest into a mentor. Yes, they cost $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. Guess what? Okay, they're going to teach you stuff which is going to make you make a lot more money than that $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. And it's going to make it happen a lot quicker than what it would if you were to do it on your own. There is a thing called ignorance tax. Right now, I pay $90,000 a month not knowing how to make 100K a month. Right now, you're paying 10K a month every single month. You don't know how to make 10K a month online. Okay, so if you just get a mentor who knows how to get you to 10K a month if you put in the fucking hard work, the opportunity cost and the ignorance tax you're paying is going to be a lot more than if you weren't to get a mentor. Hopefully that makes sense. But get a mentor. I swear to God, I did it without a mentor. I've done it with a mentor. Having a mentor is a lot easier. Now, number 6, okay? Show up daily, take action, and don't expect results for a while. Okay, that is the truth of this. It does take time. It does require you show up daily. It does require that you're putting in a lot more effort than a 9-to-5 job. Okay, believe it or not, entrepreneurship is not 2 hours a day. Okay, you have to become a completely different person, a completely different individual with different mindsets, different beliefs, different ways of operating in every area of your life. This doesn't happen overnight. Okay, it's going to take a lot of time. You're going to be doing a lot of mundane work, sitting in an office, doing the stuff you don't want to be doing. But if you show up consistently and you give your business model the time it needs, and you don't get distracted with other business models, because what will happen, I guarantee you, 1 month into remote sales, okay, that first month you would have thought this is going to be the one. It's going to be so easy. It looks so easy. And then 1 month in, you haven't got results, and you're going to go, it's a little bit harder than I thought. E-commerce over there, that looks a lot easier. I might go to e-commerce now, okay? And then you're starting at ground zero again, and then you're going to go through the same thing. So stick to one thing. I promise you, if you stick to one thing, you're going to get results eventually. Now, step number 7, give time. Okay, I know this relates back to the last one, but genuinely, I promise you, if you do not give up and you just understand that this takes time, you will get the results you're looking for, okay? I don't think I made $1 in remote sales for 2 months. 2 months, I didn't make a single dollar, and I was working pretty much every single day, documenting on my personal brand, going to coaching calls, networking, trying to find offers, interviewing, setting, trying to close. I didn't make $1, okay, for 2 months. Okay, keep that in mind. But I promise you, if you just give time and be patient, even if your actions and your inputs don't show that you're patient, okay, because you're working your ass off. But if you just try be patient and understand that it will take time and the results will come if you just don't quit, I promise you, the results are sitting there waiting for you if you give time enough time. If you've showed up and done this for 6 months, okay, in this 6-month window you gave yourself, if you chose a business model that suits you, if you then chose a mentor and invested in a mentor, not free stuff, invested in a mentor who works closely with you, and you took action daily and you genuinely tried, you genuinely gave it your all, you genuinely showed up to calls, you were willing to learn, you're willing to be uncomfortable, you were willing to overcome limiting beliefs, to change your mindset, to change your beliefs. If you genuinely did these things, I guarantee you within that 6-month period, you will have the results you're looking for, okay? And you'll be at 10K a month. I swear to God, okay? It took me 6 months pretty much on the dot from getting into remote sales to making 10K a month. And it's the same for you, okay? I did all these things here. I genuinely tried. I got the mentor. If you do the same things and you're genuinely all in, you're working 10, 12, 14 hours a day, whatever it takes, within 6 months, you can change your life. And you can go from 9-to-5 job to 10K a month completely online in a whole new world that you weren't in before, okay? It's not only happened for me, but it's happened for countless people around me. I'm currently in Thailand right now. I just realized my button was undone this whole time. Sorry, boys. I've had countless dinners though with so many people that 3 months ago they were working a normal job and now they're doing like 8K a month online, 12K a month online, 14K a month online. So many people, okay? So I promise you from the bottom of my heart, if you genuinely just take this path here of getting a job, okay, saving up your money, learning financial literacy, managing money, getting 6 months of a nest egg, finding a business model for you, finding a mentor, investing in that mentor, showing up daily, being patient, understand results don't come overnight, give time, and genuinely try, within 6 months time, you can genuinely change your life. I promise you, okay? From that point of quitting your 9-to-5 to having 10K a month online, it is there if you are willing to go through this period here of uncomfortableness, if that's a word, if you're willing to go through that period of discomfort, of limiting beliefs, of lack of certainty in what you're doing, okay, because it is not easy. It will take time and it will be difficult. But if you go through this period of 6 months, I promise you on the other side of that is 10,000 a month. It is a level of financial freedom. It is location freedom. It is a level of time freedom as well, okay, and a whole new life. And once you've made that first $1 online and then that first $10,000 a month online, you will never, ever look back to working a normal job again or going back there again. I promise you. Once you have this freedom to travel, to spend money a little bit more freely as well, because 10,000 a month isn't that much, but it's enough to have some level of financial freedom if you're only responsible for yourself. And then also the ability to hang out with entrepreneurs in incredible places. Once you see this, you will never go back, okay? But this is the path to get there, to get to that point. So that is exactly how I would get to 10,000 a month if I had to start again from scratch, okay? And this has taken me 2 years to get to, probably 2 years on the dot to get to. My path deviated from financial literacy and real estate and building an agency, okay, which is why it's taken me 2 years. I genuinely think this could take you 12 months. If you just got a job today, stack cash, you're living at home, you have low expenses, stack as much cash as possible, get 6 months of living expenses, and when all in this, within 12 months, you could change your life. And as well, 12 months ago today, to the day, was my last ever day working a 9-to-5 job as well. So keep that in mind, okay? Things can happen, what feels like a long period when you're in it, but when you look back, really 1 year's time isn't that long. For me, 2 years time from when I started this whole financial literacy and self-development space, it's not really that long. But yeah, I'm rambling a bit, so take these steps here, take action on them, and I promise you 10,000 a month online is waiting for you if you're willing to put in the work and willing to put in the effort.